Should I record Word for Wednesday this week? Most likely. Not as strong an answer as I was hoping for, but okay. Will people watch it this week? You may rely on it. Well, it's good to know. Okay, now here's the big one. What should the word be? Reply hazy, try again. Okay, well, it's got to be one word, so I'll try again. What will the word for Wednesday be? Cannot predict now. Still not one word. All right, one more time. What should my word for Wednesday be? It is decidedly so. I give up. Figuring out the word is always the hardest part. I've been trying to decide all week. It's the word for Wednesday, and, well, it's Thursday. I mean, there are tons of words out there. Which one should I choose? Which one do people need to hear something about this week? Which one will folks actually watch? Why can't I pick one? How do I decide? Needless to say, in the grand scheme of things, this isn't exactly a momentous decision. I'm not trying to figure out my career path, or if I should move, or who I should marry, or if we should have kids. This is just the theme for a weekly video message. And if it's this hard to simply pick a word, how am I supposed to make the choices that really matter? The ones that might actually change my life? Well, it just so happens that there's a word that describes how we should go about making the big decisions. And that word is discernment. This refers to a person's ability to judge wisely and objectively, to perceive and understand right and wrong, good and bad, true and untrue. As Christians, we believe this ability, the judgment, the perception, and the understanding, comes from God. So for us, discernment is a process. It's our attempt to gain direction and guidance from the Holy Spirit as we seek to hear the voice of the Almighty in hopes that we may know the Lord's plans for us. Of course, it's all well and good to learn what discernment means, but it's not very helpful if we don't know how to do it, right? To be honest with you, while I know it should be, this isn't my typical way of making decisions. I tend to act first and think later. So when I want to discern something, it's a different way of processing things. It means I have to hit the Alt button. You know, it's that key on the computer that tells the other keys to do something different from what they usually do. Discernment is an alternate way of processing. Alt stands for ask, listen, try. It means, in the first step, is to begin with ask. It begins with prayer. I mean, your GPS won't give you directions if you don't ask for them, right? Ask God for guidance. That's step one. Secondly, and very importantly, listen. A lot of us struggle with this step. When we're discerning God's will, we need to try to take ourselves out of the equation. If you really want to know what the Lord wants, stop worrying about what you want. Try to keep your preconceived notions, your opinions, and your politics out of it. In Romans 12, St. Paul reminds us, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your minds, so that you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." Listen to what the Almighty is trying to tell you. When you pray, don't do all the talking. Stop and listen some too. Listen to the thoughts and opinions of your trusted friends, family members, and mentors. God's voice can come to us in many and various ways, and other people is often one of them. Finally, try. Whenever it's possible, make a choice and try to see If it works. If it doesn't, try something else. Look, we aren't perfect. Sometimes we think we're listening to God's voice when we're really listening to someone else, usually ourselves. So, when this happens, try again. And then, when we get it right, we'll know that this was His plan all along. My friends, life is tough. There are countless choices that we have to make each and every day. But when you find yourself facing a difficult decision, remember to hit the Alt button. Ask, listen, and try. Discern the will of God. I'm Pastor Stephen Mims, and that's your word for Wednesday. May God bless you.